Hello, good morning, my friends, my viewers. Now, on the Go Talk, my talk will be centered towards the education system and the problems which have been experienced by the students and people related to the education sector. Now, why I'm talking about this? Because recently, regularly, it's in the newspaper that there has been a scam in the NEET UG exam, and there is paper leak news also floating every now and then. Now, one thing is clear that the students are struggling with not only studies, with not only their career, but also with these problems of injustice, where there are paper leaks, where there is unjustified marking system, where there is some biases, where there is some corruption. Okay, and all of this is going to affect the people who have merit and who can do a lot in their life and career if the situation becomes favorable for them. So why all these things are happening, why so much of corruption is seeping in every kind of a sector, and people are finding ways to get easy money, and even education and healthcare sector is not left behind in these kinds of things. So this is very disappointing for our Indian education system and for the students who want to study. Now, recently in the NEET UG exam, it was like the marking was not done properly. It was not justified. Another thing was there was some kind of paper leak also. Many kind of information which is not actually appropriate is happening. Now the students, they have actually gone against this and want action against this so that there can be justice to them. Now, what is the thing is that should they focus on their career, their professional, you can say, education, or they should focus on dealing with the problems related to such kind of corruption? I think this is not the work of a student. So where is the youth heading? We don't know. If such kind of issues happen, young people will be frustrated very early, and it will be like every time a struggle to go through. So why are certain sectors are not so tightly regulated and strictly regulated that these things don't happen ever, anytime? I don't know where is the lacuna, where is the weakness, or where is that problem coming from. But yes, people are becoming a lot more corrupt. Now, another news was there that very commonly it's floating that in UP the votes were not grabbed by BJP, and even the Ayodhya people also did not vote for BJP. So when the Ram Mandir has been done there, why shouldn't be many votes coming from that area? That also is because many homes were vacated, many small shops, many small businesses, the bread and butter of people were taken away just to vacate that land to erect the Ram Mandir, the Ram temple. People very well know that Ramji, this is the land of Ram, this is the land of Hindus, okay, it's fine. Now Ramji has actually, we should be motivated, inspired by the teachings of Ram rather than just erecting the statues and just false praising and false dignifying the deities. Okay, it's very important that we learn from these things. It's not every time that we keep a Gita or Bhagavad Gita in our hands, or keep bowing our heads in front of the deities and then going in the temples every now and then. That doesn't actually signify that a person is a Hindu, or a person is you can say a preacher, or is a good person or good human being. It's not always that we run over these kind of imaginative things that is going to bring benefit to us. Now, practically the situation should have been dealt with, like the people should not be actually told to vacate their places, or the shops shouldn't be closed, or the bread and butter of people shouldn't be snatched. If a government or the leader of the government, of the ruling party, is actually working for the people, I think this kind of a situation shouldn't have arisen. So this is one part when we see our leaders doing such kind of blunders and playing with the the people, their lives, their income, their bread and butter, then it becomes like very difficult to stop other people below this very high profile person that they shouldn't be doing corruption. We cannot say anyone. When corruption is happening from the top level, how can we say that lower level people shouldn't be corrupt? So it's all what seeps downwards from upwards. So the system, the entire system has been in such a form that it's very, very difficult to change it at this level. But the thing is, it shouldn't increase further. So I think that now when the government will be formed, this coalition government will be formed, there will be say of many, many wise people also. There will be an end to the monotony and the king-like rule of one leader for a decade. I think some big changes should be there. Some concrete changes should be there in the education sector, health sector, in the skilled labor sector, and the government should be working on providing employment to the people, their meals to the people, and working at such kind of issues which are really very, very detrimental for the Indian population. And whatever news is coming about this education and all, this is really, really bad, and this shouldn't be happening in India. I don't think that we are growing backward. It's a recession period for us. It's not a growth period for us. What kind of growth is being projected by the leaders, I don't understand. But I think that we are regressing, both from the point of view of humanity, from the point of view of dignity, from the point of view of respect for each other. And we ourselves as Indians living in this one nation, we are not behaving as a one nation. So how can we fight for various problems as a one nation? I don't understand. But it's up to the leader to bring all the people together to fight this corruption and to make India much cleaner. And that is real growth, I think. So with that note, thank you. Bye.